Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. I'm kind of trapped here. Okay. As most of you know, I am Elaine Holmes, and my husband and I own PJ's Desert Trophies and Gifts, and we also own McDowell Awards, both businesses in Indio. As many of you also know, we also own this building, this great, magnificent place that you see before you. As a small business owner and a resident of Indio, we are really passionate about the quality of life and the continued growth in this city. That's just something that is very, very important to us. We kicked off the downtown revitalization a few years ago, and we're really moving forward. We're rocking and rolling, which is one of my favorite terms. Much progress has been made in the rebuilding of Indio, and as a direct result of these efforts, we're getting a little bit of feedback here, we are one of the safest and most progressive cities in the Coachella Valley. Our police and fire services, as you know, are second to none. I believe we can have an example of growth. I believe we can have sustained growth as long as we have sound financial practices. We need leaders who understand business management. Unfortunately, recent events have underscored the lack of recent real business experience on the City Council. I know you've all read the papers. It's the City Council that approves the city budget. It's the City Council that approves all the expenditures. And unfortunately, it's their short-sightedness and their lack of real-world business experience that has resulted in the recent budget shortfalls, the layoffs, and a move towards stagnation in our city's growth. I know that's hard to hear, but that can't happen. We need to draw people into the city. Look at what we've accomplished. We need to bring people here. They need to move into our homes. They need to shop here. They need to frequent everything that's a part of Indio. And so we really need to continue with the growth that the city has experienced in a very managed manner. We can no longer afford to pay for their lack of management and their mistakes. The people of this city need someone to represent them who is actually invested in Indio's future. It is time to either stand up and fight for the future of our city or sit back and allow our current progress to disintegrate. We must move forward. If we don't move, if we're not moving at all, then we're moving backwards. There's no such thing as standing still. I am choosing to fight for our city, and I'm going to ask you to do the same. I choose to fight for continued growth, progress, and local business. I choose to fight for fiscal responsibility. I choose to fight for accountability, and transparency. That's very, very important. With those goals in mind, I am formally announcing my candidacy to run for the Indio City Council in 2010. I pledge to all of you now that when elected, I will work to maintain the highest level of services to residents and business owners. I will also plan for future enhancements of these services as our economy dictates. The economy is starting to get just a little bit better, and we've got to work within those parameters. The future is now. To attract wealth, creating jobs in the community, we need an environment that's attractive to world-class companies. Now is the time to reinvent and re-strategize. Now is the time to move forward. Now is the time for change and new leadership. In the coming months, I'm going to be walking around all the neighborhoods. I'm going to be visiting all the communities. I want to hear from everybody, what you like, what you don't like, what needs to happen, and how it needs to happen. I want to hear from each and every one of you what your vision of Indio is. And to that end, I want to be your city council representative. I want to make Indio truly continue on the path toward being the place to be. Thank you for coming.